Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Scott White, host of Irrational Passions RPG University, Professor RPG himself, and writer over at irrationalpassions.com and associate writer at dualshockers.com. I'm here to tell you a little thing about my favorite game of all time, Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo. There's something special I find about Mega Man X, whether it's what I find to be perfect balance of difficulty and execution-based levels, amazing level designs, fantastic sprite work, one of the best soundtracks on the Super Nintendo in my opinion, and just an overall perfect action platforming package. Now, with Mega Man X, I didn't initially have a copy. I eventually got my own copy later on, but this is a game that always has stuck with me. And whenever I get bored or I can't figure out a game to play, I can always fall back on Mega Man X. It's a quick playthrough. I mean, I've gotten down to a science. I can 100% get the Hadouken and everything in like 50 minutes. I love it. But there's just something special that I've always been able to go back to. I always have a good time. I even find myself trying challenge runs from time to time. Maybe going Buster only, or trying to pull off difficult tricks and speedrunning tactics, like skipping Armored Armadillo in the Sigma levels. The music has resonated with me, even to this day. Zero's theme when he sacrifices himself or blasts off Vile's arm. I still don't know why he never just, after he broke out of prison and he jumped on Vile, why not just shoot Vile instead of blowing himself up? I don't know. But that first moment when you're X, you're going from the blue bomber, the small blue bomber, and you're all grown up as X. And you're so quickly put in your place by Vile and his ride armor. You realize this, and you go on this journey, this adventure to become more powerful. Following the formula is pretty much exactly the same as the original Mega Man games, but it has a bit more of a focus on story. We get introduced to Dr. Kane. We get that boot up sequence, right at the beginning before the title pops up, giving you a bit of a glimpse of just how much time has passed since the days of Dr. Light and what all has transpired. Now, in later years, the story of X and Zero would be fleshed out and toyed with and messed around with, and to both its detriment and its benefit. There was just enough story with Mega Man X that it was enough to grab you and bring old-time fans of the original series in while still pushing them forward and having that link. My favorite level, in terms of soundtrack, my favorite stage tracks, I would have to say, would be between Spark Mangel's stage and Storm Eagle. I still, to this day, have covers of those on my playlists. I absolutely love it. Just in getting portraits. That was one thing we really didn't have at that time, especially with the Mega Man games. We had those like little cinematics and things, which we kind of got here as well. But having the screens pop up, whenever X, Zero, Vile, or Sigma would talk, it was special. It's a special game. And it takes me back to a simpler time of my childhood when, granted, still to this day, games are very important in my life, but it was a simpler time. A happier time, I would almost say. It does such a perfect job of introducing fans to the series. Kind of going off on a side tangent, this game sparked so much debate and fan theories back in the day. It's like, what happened to the original Mega Man? Is Mega Man destroyed and replaced by X? And really, we still don't have a clear A to B line between the two, which I think is sorely needed at this point. But the connections and kind of links people made between was Zero like Proto Man because he had the blonde hair reminiscent of Proto Man's yellow scarf and the red motif, the red color scheme. I mean, we had no idea back then that Zero was actually a Wily creation. It was the idea of Mavericks and that it was a virus that was causing enemies to kind of go wonky, and I loved granted this deals more with the remake of Mega Man X, Maverick Hunter X, which it's criminal that we didn't get a Maverick Hunter X2 and X3, in my opinion. Side tangent. But I loved the increase, specifically with Maverick Hunter. It retained a lot of what I loved about Mega Man X, but expanded upon the lore, which, as the years have gone on and more games have come out, I've wanted more lore. But it all started with Mega Man X. Without X, we wouldn't have the Zero series. Who knows? We probably wouldn't have the Battle Network series, another fantastic side series of Mega Man. And while the X series itself fell off at the end, with the cluster that was X6 and even X5, which X5 could have been so much better had it just had like a good translation, and X6 shouldn't have existed. But then with X7 and X8, I think redeemed it a little bit, but in the command mission, while not bad, it was kind of I feel like a money grab at that point. It all comes back to X. Mega Man X was great. Mega Man X is still great. It is still a fantastic example of what the series and the genre can be. It's the pinnacle. I think whenever I play a new Mega Man game, I always compare it whenever a new like side-scrolling, more traditional Mega Man experience comes out, I always compare it to how does it feel and how does it play compared to Mega Man X. And that's a testament considering this game's like 25 years old, 25 plus years. I still remember the day I actually picked up my copy of Mega Man X. I was at a local store, Myers, with my mom. And at this point, Mega Man X2 had already been out. I owned X2 at that point, and X3 might have come out, but that was super rare still, even when it came out. And I remember we went to Myers, and I was walking around, and I usually would go into the game section, and I checked it out, and today they had brand new sealed copies of Mega Man X on sale or something. I don't know, maybe they were getting rid of their back stock, but begged my mom, please. Because at this point I had played it. I had rented it, but I never owned it. And I always had wanted to. So, luckily, on this day, my mom was feeling particularly generous. Or maybe I had done extra chores at the time. Or maybe it was close to summer vacation. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning that she bought it for me. But she ended up getting me Mega Man X, my own copy. And then I could play it whenever I wanted. And since then, I've picked it up on every platform that it's become available. So Super Nintendo, all the various collections, even the horrible, weird mobile version with the weird sprites. Maverick Hunter X, probably the best next to the original. But for any of you that may not have played Mega Man X before, give it a shot. Even to this day, I think you will be able to enjoy it. Has tight controls, it's responsive, the stage designs are great, pixel art is beautiful, the soundtrack is, like I said, one of the best on the Super Nintendo, which is saying something. But give it a try. You can find it on a lot of platforms, well, older platforms, I suppose. It's on the Wii U eShop, and there are more questionable ways you can get it. But give it a shot, try it, and get to some Maverick busting. Happy gaming.
Hey there, Screen Beans. Have you heard about Screen Snark?
Rachel, this is an ad break. They aren't Screen Beans until they listen to the show.
Fine. Potential Screen Beans. You like movies and TV shows, right?
I mean, who doesn't? Screen Snark is a casual conversation about the movies and television shows that are shaping us as we live our everyday lives.
That's right, Matt. We have a chat with at least one incredible guest every episode, hailing from all walks. We've interviewed chefs,
Writers, costumers, musicians,
yoga teachers, comedians, burlesque dancers,
folks in the film and TV industry,
and more.
We'd be delighted for you to join us every other Monday on the Certain POV Podcast Network.
Or wherever you get your podcasts, fresh and tasty off the presses.
What? But that's not.
Can I call them screen beans now?
Fine.
Screen beans.
So tune in and we'll see you at the movies or on a couch somewhere.
'Cause you're all screen beans now.
CPOV. CertainPOV.com.